The Alliance is a national study aiming to understand the causes of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and cancer. Our goal is to enroll 10,000 men and women from across Canada, with a special effort to include 2,000 Aboriginal peoples from 10 different communities across the country.
We've had a lot of chronic disease in our family, and one of the diseases that I unfortunately had to watch my grandma suffer from was she had dementia, and there was some brain deterioration that she suffered from at about the age of 70 until she passed at about 80. And over the course of those 10 years, we watched her forget all the loved ones around her, forget her own name, forget where she lived, and she started to sort of regress into memories of growing up in her childhood until the end when unfortunately she passed, and she passed because she forgot how to swallow and how to eat. So basically she just lost all the memory of how to do even her basic necessities. She forgot how her body was supposed to do those. So that was a very sad ending. So that was one of the reasons that I was really interested in participating in the Alliance, was because of the fact that it does study the brain dysfunction. And I know that the families questioned whether there's any, like what were the causes of that? What would have caused her to, to have a serious brain dysfunction, at 70, which really is not that old to be suffering from that. So
I know some of the people that have to have dialysis, and one person is my aunt, and she has to come here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to get dialysis done. And plus some of my friends have to have dialysis. Plus one of my cousins has to have dialysis, but she hooks herself up in the evening and the nighttime, and it runs all night, and she's had complications, and so has my aunt had complications. I think she had to have her toe removed.
Number of people on the reserve that had diabetes, I had no problem volunteering to be a study. I wanted to make sure that I was not one of the people who were going to receive diabetes, and if I did, at least I would know ahead of time. And then when being in a study, I was having blood pressure taken, cholesterol monitored, and little signs started to appear that there's a weakness in, I guess, basically my heart. There was no telltale signs of me having chest pains or any dramatic, like, arm sore. I was just out of breath. I was just tired. I would walk and then become tired. I would stop and then rest again. And then with the help of the study, they pointed me in the direction of getting a further test done by the family doctor. And excuse me, with that done, the family doctor had said, okay, well, we're going to take a little deeper look, which led to going to a specialist, and which in turn come to the conclusion that I needed a bypass. I had to have a triple bypass, and it was awakening to find that, okay, well, you're not invincible. So I went, I agreed to, well, I wanted to live and see my kids grow. So it was no hard decision to make, to say that, okay, well, let's proceed. So we went to the hospital, Hamilton General. I was very, the surgeon made me feel very comfortable. He explained everything, what the procedures are going to do, what that's going to happen, the time I'll be off work, what to expect. So it was not something that whereas heading into the unknown. It was okay. It was comforting, scary, very scary, but also comforting with a family beside you. We proceeded, and I was in the hospital for 5 days for major heart surgery. They make you get up right away to get you back on your feet so that you can start healing yourself. And after I recuperated for 5 months, I went back to work, and I loved what I did. I loved the people I worked with. But I got to a point where, okay, well, my body's getting older, so it's time for me to retire and head off into the sunset. And with the help of Bonnie Davis and her the health group here, I was able to head off anything because I was a part of the study, which was a great thing for me to get into. So that's basically where I stand right today, and like I am quite happy to be where I am. So
I have a family that's very large. There was 12 aunts and uncles that I've had, and some of them have died for different reasons. But 8 of them have diabetes, including my dad. He had severe diabetes where his kidneys were starting to fail, and he was on dialysis I think 4 times a week, and he would be there for 4 hours for each treatment. And he was frustrated, but he knew that this was very important for cleaning out his system and giving himself the ability to survive comfortably. And unfortunately, he missed one of his dialysis treatment and had to go 2 days without it. Anyways, he had passed away because of the buildup of toxins in his blood.